Denouement of Players Championship 24 between the young Dutchman Wessel Nijman, who we see there, against the former BDO world champion, the Bullet, Stephen Bunting.
25.
And it's now a race to 8 legs, and it could be crucial who gets the throw, and that's why these players are really
25.
going at it on this bullseye bid, because this, Glenn, whilst not necessarily pivotal, could be.
Bullseye.
Yeah, we've seen so many games go the distance today, so it's always nice just to know you've got the darts. But again, for the person that's lost for Stephen Bunting, it's an early opportunity to break, so it feels like it's a long format when it's first to 8. When you've been playing first to 6 and then the semis first to 7. But we could be talking about that come the end of it. But yeah, a fascinating contest. Wessel Nijman, he was the first player on this stream when we started at 1 o'clock today. Very, very impressive 103 plus average against Radak Zyganski, and he's just kicked on from there. And a semi-final win over Gary Anderson to boot, Rod.
100.
Yeah, both players have enjoyed very good semi-final wins. Glenn just mentioned Nyman's victory over Gary Anderson, but Stephen Bunting squeezing home against the tournament favourite Luke the Nuke Littler. Great win that for Bunting. Great darts from Bunting.
Yeah, we've seen Stephen sort of up against it at times today, against Ted Everts, against Jermaine Watermean, against Luke Littler. I just have a feeling now that maybe he's thinking, is my name on trophy, lad? Two players, Rod, who absolutely throw with real authority. I mean, just listen to the way they crunch into the dartboard.
100.
Indeed. Both on 3-figure out shots, but perhaps crucially Stephen Bunting with the first stab at it. It's a 2-dart finish, or could have been a 2-dart finish. Now he needs all 3. He leaves, tops. Great finish. Had to go round the houses, but he found his way to the front door. He gets the break. He needed a break. He's got a break.
He has been in a final before as Wessel Nijman. It's the kind of situation he knows what he's about. Has he learnt much lessons from that previous final? Whereas Stephen Bunting, I don't know about you, Rob, but I mean, I was on the circuit in the BDO when he was dominating it. He came over to the PDC and had that incredible start. Then he had a lull. He had a period where he began to doubt himself, and you know, has he got the qualities to go at the very top? Won the Masters this year. I feel, Rod, he's playing the best darts of his life right now.
Yeah, he cited the changing weight of the darts, which previously were like throwing 3 cocktail sticks. They were that light, but he's added weight to them, and it seemed to change his fortunes round about this time last year, wasn't it, Glenn? All right, didn't go too well at the Grand Prix, but the Grand Slam of darts, he really put it up to the leading contenders and was a title threat for much of that 9 days in Wolverhampton.
100.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had some incredible highs in the games. Like I said, he'll probably realise those lows as well, so enjoy it while he can. It's double 10 for a 2-0 lead.
Damn shot.
Clean as a whistle. 10 minutes into the first match. 2 legs gone. 2 finishes of 100 for the Bullet.
In different ways, via different routes. Either way, he's won both the legs with a break and then a hold to lead 2-0 and take command of the match. Double break would be most welcome for Stephen Bunting, but Nyman under pressure early on in the match.
Yeah, maybe for the first time today as well. Like I said, he was
140.
First class, top rank in that opening game of the day. Then he beat Merv King 6-1, pretty straightforward. Win over Ryan Searle 6-1 as well. That was probably when he started thinking about what he could do today. He beat Jose de Souza, Chris Opratachki, and then that incredible win over Gary Anderson. Been pretty smooth for him. He's got a lot of belief in himself. He works hard. He's got that incredible power score, and has demonstrated that he's got all the tools. And after 9 darts, just wants 41 to get back in this match.
Bunting needs a lot here to leave a long-range finish to counter.
140.
Can't find it, so could be an 11 darter, but can afford to go up to 15. Double 8. double 16. Apologies. Now, as I preempted it with double 8. And he does get a leg on the board, and it was an important one too.
Yeah, 12 darter as well. I'll settle him down a little bit. And I just think Stephen's just in that zone that you want to be as a dart player.
100.
It's not often you see many players who just go through a competition without any issues whatsoever. And Stephen, let me tell you, he's been up against it, as I mentioned a few times today. And I think that's a really decisive thing for Stephen. I think he's gone into this final thinking, you know, I could have been out, I should have been out. But here he is fighting, and he his first ranked title for a long time for the Bulls.
Has won a couple of these Players' Championships over the years.
140.
But we're still in the very early stages of the match, and whilst he has got the break, Stephen Bunting, one feels there'll be some more twists and turns yet. It's unlikely that Bunting will just hold another 6 times and get through.
We've seen a couple of games like that this year, haven't we? But you know, I don't anticipate. In fact, there's been many of the games on this stream today where the breaker throws is ouch on the holes. Good chance here for Stephen. 80 points behind. All of a sudden, the trebles are going dry.
96. $140.
66 when he returns, Nyman.
Stephen on throw may use the ball. 65 points left, so just working his strategy out for this.
170.
How many times have we seen that today? Going for that 25 and hitting the bullseye. What route will it be? 66.
Double 18.
Game shot.
2 darter, 14 dart leg in total.
Yeah, good riposte there from Nyman. A 12 darter and a 14 darter. And as we expected before the dart was thrown, it's going to be a tight game. But just look at the power he generates. He hasn't got a massive backswing or anything like that. It's just that follow through that he has. Despite the fact he's only thrown 18 grams himself, Stephen, listen to the crunches they're going.
100. $95.
Yeah, these are pretty aggressive throws. And accurate throws too, by the way.
Yeah, that was going to be my next line as well. He'll be very emotional man is Stephen Bunting if he does get over the winning line. His interviews are always worth a listen as well.
99.
So it's real good times to be in the Bunting camp right now.
In between the two. Can't find it to leave 161. So another closely contested leg, but Nyman with the advantage of throw.
57.
Just a slight mistake. Leaves the door open ajar for Stephen here. Thinking 6 darts, 201. This is type of practice routines these players do. He may use the centre of the board.
105.
Leaves a 2 darter.
Well, Treble 19s is his route on 150. Couldn't find the first.
96.
Leaves a 2 dart combination, but Bunting is eyeing up one of his own. We'll need to find a treble. Finds it, so gets 2 in hand. Double 18. The switch to double 9. Oh.
7.
Wessel couldn't look there, could he? He's just willing that opportunity. The 3 legs on the spin, remember. Double top for the Dutchman.
Game shot.
No problem whatsoever. Stephen also taking that not to look and be disappointed from that wonderful start from the bullet. He now has to hold his throw here.
He's lost 3 consecutive legs now. Stephen Bunting from going 2 up early doors. Nyman has reeled him in and gone past him, but it's still very early on in the piece.
60.
Wonderful averages once again.
100.
Both over the 100 average mark early in this game. Now it's about that mid-match section. Sometimes it can get just a little bit nervy.
140.
Not if you're Wessel Nijman, that's for sure.
The winner will trouser a cheque for £15,000. The runner up £10,000, and both players will pick up the commensurate number of ranking points as the fields for big tournaments coming up become clearer. We already know the Grand Prix field for next week and the draw for the double in, double out format in Leicester.
142. 62 good. Yes. $82.
Just checking the score there with the referee, but once again an opportunity for Wessel Nijman. Possibly even expect 6 darts from me. It may only need the 3.
136.
He's the treble above that dart for the bull and finds it to leave the middle of the board. The level up in spectacular style. Ooh, so close.
97.
A wire again, and Wessel has a reprieve and an opportunity to take control of this match. He was 2-0 down in this game, remember. Big dart.
Game shot.
4 legs on the trot. And Nyman has no worries in qualifying for the Players' Championship finals. The top 64 in the Players' Championship order of merit will reach that spot in Minehead. Nyman is 17th, Stephen Bunting is 7th, so there's no problem in that regard. And we know, of course, that Stephen Bunting is a top 10 ranked player, will be in the World Championship. And
43.
Wessel Nijman will find his way into that field as well on the from the Pro Tour order of merit. So they're both going to be strutting their stuff in the biggest one of all at the Ali Pali over Christmas
99.
and New Year. So they've got no worries in qualification as some players have, Glenn, and that means they can just go full throttle to win this big tournament today. Where, all right, there's 1 or 2 players missing like Van Gerwen, but Littler was in and Humphries was in and Anderson was in, Michael Smith was in, and to come through a field of this quality is tough and very rewarding.
Oh, any title,
34.
whether it's on the floor or on the stage these days, you know, you're going to have to play well to deserve it, and both of these have done that. Just think we could see the emergence of a real top talent. Remember, Wessel Nijman had a sensational record in the Development Tour, still has 5 Development Tour titles this year alone. Has that fantastic record over Luke Littler. He's just beginning to shine, he really is.
Indeed. Over the period, though, there are lots of next big things that come along, aren't there? But very, very few of them, a small percentage, become a big thing. Van Gerwen being one, Littler being another. But some fall away by the wayside. This kid is being touted as one of the next big thing, and you can see why. You can see why, for sure, can't you?
Yeah, when you've got that scoring power, like I said, he's then it's the attitude. You know, these types of moments that he has now.
81.
This is for a very big lead in this match, a hold, a throw. This is when you find out your mettle. I like that. Takes his time. Look at the eyes, the focus on the double 16 and the execution to real aplomb. Sensational stuff from the Dutchman.
5 legs on the trot against Stephen Bunting here. Nyman was 0-2 down, and he's won the next 5. He's 5-2 up. Remember, a race to 8 here. So over halfway now to first Pro Tour. And that will be a big win, a breakthrough win for the wiry young Dutchman.
60.
Yeah, and look at those numbers. Stephen playing absolutely terrific in this game. Quality final once again.
Winning on the PDC Pro Tour
60.
first time is a big thing.
Yes, it certainly is. It's a great feeling. It's funny because there's hardly anybody in the venue right now. It's always a good sign when it's getting a little bit cold in the venue and there's hardly anybody in there. But they'll only see the positives from this right now. And this is a big moment, not only for Nyman, but also for Bunting. He's just ticking an awful lot of boxes in his career right now, is Stephen. You just sense the narrative is more about the emergence of this young man.
$97.
Stephen, a look at this 161. Wessel on 204. Doesn't need to attract the treble 17. Doesn't do that very sensibly. Just lays it up.
34.
However, he misses the big 9 and drifts into the 14, but no issues.
It's going to be a rot-stopping, odd-looking finish, this 27 for Stephen Bunting. You don't see many 27 finishes. There'll be one here if he can hit double 8. Double 8.
11.
Well, you'd think he'd be back for that, but no guarantee. And if this goes, you'd feel that Bunting may, in his mind, throw the towel in and it won't go.
Yeah, I tell you what, he fancied that as well. Just a little reminder with the 140 shout there to Stephen, but he's got the experience.
Saw that against Anderson when he just chucked the last dart away thinking the other bloke won't miss, and Anderson busted his score.
Damn shot.
He hasn't missed this time, Stephen Bunting, but I know you coach players, Glenn, but if you were coaching him, you should never throw a dart away, should you?
Yeah, the difference with me coaching someone like Wessel Nijman is that I'm old school. So
if you want 69 with one dart in hand, you do not throw out the treble 20, do you? No matter what your opponent's on, you can't do.
Yeah, sometimes I don't understand what these younger players are thinking of right now. My only defence on that is you hear the 140.
95.
It might prick the ears up of Stephen of like the setup play, but yeah, absolutely. Never in a month of Sundays would I go that way.
I would say, counter my own argument, there are his 3 darts and he can throw them where he likes, no matter what Glenn Durrant and I say. He can throw them where he likes. There is darts, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, and it might make Stephen think, why has he done that? So, you know, we could sit here all day for that.
Probably pie in the sky against any player, never mind a man of the quality, class and experience of Stephen Bunting. But in any regard, he may feel that whatever he threw, Bunting would have gone out, and probably he would have done. The bottom line is Nyman leads 5-3, so whatever he's doing is working.
Absolutely. Stephen's thrown everything at him at the moment. The fourth 180 of this match between the pair of them. Both down to a finish.
140.
And this is a chance possibly for Stephen Bunting, unless Nyman has a champagne finish. He hasn't.
52.
And Stephen Bunting here could end up on the ball here. He'll hope to have a couple of darts at the double. It'll be 1 dart, and it will be at the ball.
61.
He's missed that bullseye by millimetres twice in this match.
Yeah, not once would Wessel know that, because he never watches a dart that Stephen throws. First part of the equation, tick. Takes his time, stares at the double 10. Tick. Absolutely beautiful once again. He looks to his side there. You can see that winning line now. 6-3, 2 away for the Dutchman.
And after losing the first 2 legs, he's won 6 of the next 7. Wessel Nijman. To close in
97.
on Players' Championship 24. And as I've mentioned, we'll be back tomorrow and Thursday here in Wigan. So it's a bumper day of darts, followed by 2 more bumper days of darts
96.
in the Players' Championships.
Yeah, and for these 2 players, they'll go back to the hotel room thinking, well, it's job well done for these 3 days now. You know, the real elite players will think, no, I want more. The other players will be thinking, that's job well done for the week.
60.
It's very hard to replicate this level. To get to, 2 finals, it does happen, players 1-2 on the trot, doesn't it? But it's still very rare, Glenn, isn't it? And it's very hard to do because it's draining to play from 1-8 down to 2.
Yeah, it's draining, and then it's the highs and the lows as well, and then you've got the social media part of things where you're reading your messages and you're speaking to your family. But like I said, they've got good people around them right now. And the only thing on their mind is lifting that title. It means an awful lot to both of these. And the way he is smashing that treble 20 to bits, Nyman is just getting closer and closer to his first title.
Well, to win 1 Players' Championship, you need to win 7 consecutive games to win 2. Clearly, you need to win 14 matches on the trot over 2 days. And that'll be the challenge for whoever wins this title in the next few minutes here in Wigan. And no business to go hunting the balls off. Treble 19 of the second dart. The setup turn after 12 darts to leave double 16. Perfect.
He knows how to win. He's winning on the development tours regular. He's been in this type of position. He doesn't look tight, he looks focused. Double 16 for a 7-3 lead. He just widens the bed by moving across the oche. Stephen is lurking on 46, the biggest dart of the match.
No score.
Well, to say he's disappointed will be an understatement. 3 missed there, and a chance for Stephen Bunting to reignite the fire. He wants double 16. Oh, it bends the wire inwards. Visibly, he knew that too. Double 8.
30.
Oh, and Stephen Bunting knows that was his chance, possibly the last chance, Glenn.
Yeah, for Stephen, double 16 has not been his friend to date. That'll be something that he'll go back. But to go 1 away from victory. What a dart. And the last dart to boot as well. You could see the reaction there from Wessel, but also from Stephen. That will feel like a kick to the solar plex, let me tell you that. But Wessel Nijman is 1 away. Bunting has to be immaculate from here.
And Wessel Nijman now in the position that every darts player wants to be in, with the darts in hand, throwing for the title.
100.
And thinking to himself, Glenn, 15 darts will get the job done here.
You know, we talk about pathways, we talk about the fact that he's come through the development tour. I don't see any nerves in Wessel because he's been here before. Yes, it's the Pro Tour. And the fact that Stephen's still pinging in these 180s, but he's used to this situation. And that's why I don't think he'll really panic or see that winning line too early. He looks as good as ever.
Well, half a dozen darts into the leg. He's left 267. That's good. It's been countered by the maximum from Bunting, who's still ploughing in on the 180s, on the treble 20s.
140.
Wow, what a fight here from Stephen Bunting. Refusing to roll over.
Yeah, I said he had to be immaculate.
What a leg of
was
darts.
there. Yeah, absolutely stunning from Nyman. No nerves whatsoever.
Wessel Nijman now 2 darts away from victory.
100.
He lost to Littler in July in the final of Milton Keynes 8-6. He wants 87 to beat Bunting. Leaves the ball. And what a way to finish, and what a way to win.
62.
Couldn't get it done.
It's again a great effort there. Stephen Bunting's been about tenacity, he's been about fight. He scrapped his way to wins today. In between, that's some incredible quality from the Bunting. He may also need the ball. Bullseye.
56.
3 narrow misses on the bull in the match for Stephen Bunting. Had any or all of them gone in, it'd have been a different story. Wessel Nijman. 9 to leave double 8 for the title here in Wigan. Double 4. That's 3 match darts gone. 1 at the bull, 1 at double 8, 1 at double 4.
Didn't put his darts down, remember. Didn't expect to be back. Same target once again. This time it's double 4.
Same shot.
Stephen Bunting continues to fight. Just a little reminder. Nyman took a stride. He wanted another opportunity there, but he has to go back all the way to 501 now. And the fact it's on Stephen's dart, if he can get the 7-5, who knows?
It's not over till it's over, Glenn.
140.
It's not won until it's done.
There's just something in the back of my mind, the way Stephen's won a few of his games today. The 6-5s, the tight affairs. Now we're going to have another twist.
Well, Bunting's still got to win 4 on the trot. And you would think from here that with 4 legs left to play, that Nyman will get more match darts.
140.
It seems unlikely that Stephen Bunting will run 4 legs straight without Nyman getting a match dart, but we'll see.
The only player with that answer is that man throwing the darts there. He knows how he feels right now. There could be a wobble in the leg. He could be feeling a little bit nervous. He doesn't look like it. I think Stephen's just found a little bit of something from somewhere.
65.
Maybe he can sense something on their hockey right now.
Wessel Nijman in that 11th leg missed a dart at bull, then one at double eight and one at double four to win this match, win this final.
68.
And it looks as though Bunting could win this leg without Nyman getting a match dart. And that will take it to 7-5. Another. Lovely darts to leave double 18.
120.
Well, if you're going to miss, it's a good time to miss with your opponent on 2-3-3.
Yeah, he should start down on the 19s. Does start down. I think it's all about Stephen. I even get the sense that Nyman's already thinking of the next leg. Stephen has to put this double 18 to bed to reduce the deficit to 2.
Double 9. 2 double 8. Well, he split over and over again that year. He won at the Lakeside. That was his MO. If he left 18, he went 2 double 8. He split everything. Treble 19 would have left double 14 for a spectacular end to this contest. Stephen Bunting wants double 8 now to close the gap to 2 legs.
Just takes his time, takes the sting out with the pace. A little bit of experience there from Bunting. This side of the board hasn't been great for him, though.
Game shot.
Well, well, well. You could see from the camera angle there, you could barely see that double 8, but it's kissed off the tungsten into that double 8. This is getting interesting.
7-5. It was 7-3. It became 7-4. It's now 7-5. And Stephen Bunting still has to find a break here in the 13th, then hold in the 14th, then break in the 15th. That's the only route out of trouble for the Bullet.
125.
Wessel Nijman needs 1 leg.
Yeah, you feel like he's like a boxer throwing some haymakers is what Stephen's doing. He's given absolutely everything in this game.
140.
We talked about that. Didn't look like Nyman was going to get any chances in the previous leg. You sense in this position from here, he's going to get more match darts in this leg. What can Bunting do to respond? He's 120 behind.
And still that European Tour final in Switzerland between Searle and Schindler is fresh in the memory, Glenn, when
yeah, good point.
Ryan Searle missed 7, I think, wasn't it, for the match before Shindy stepped in to win it. Clawed his way back from the most unlikely of positions, the German. So it can happen. It has happened as recently as this last weekend just gone.
140.
Well, Stephen Bunting leaving 96. And that's not going to go. So Bunting now can close to within 1, and now it's going to get interesting.
100.
Well, Nyman does leave a finish he'd fancy. But Bunting just takes a sip of the water once again. He's dictating the pace right now. Opportunities he probably think he was not going to get. It's a potential 2-darter. That is the perfect first dart. Can he execute? He's been here before in this double 9 without success again.
Well, is that the end? The body language of Bunting suggests he feels it is. We'll have to utilise 16 or 20 for double 18. And Wessel Nijman finally wins on the PDC Pro Tour in Wigan. He wins Players' Championship 24. Finally, the 4th match start, he gets the job done. He beats Stephen Bunting. And Wessel Nijman is a winner on the PDC Pro Tour. He beats Stephen Bunting 8-5. A great victory, a day full of superb darts from the wiry young Dutchman, and he wins Players' Championship 24 in Wigan. Shortly we'll hear from the champion, Wessel Nijman, and just how he feels after that epic victory. A day he'll never forget, I'm sure. And hopefully, very shortly, Wessel Nijman will be talking to our very own Dan Dawson on the hockey after that superb win over Stephen Bunting. The first of 3 Players' Championships, and there he is with Dan.
Over the moon, yeah. But let's talk us through that final, because Stephen comes out, hits back-to-back 12 darters, and then you hit back as well, and just keep on racking up the legs. But did it get nervy towards the end when he started fighting back?
Yeah. Well, I was starting to work through my own legs. It's okay. start your own leg and hit a 15 dart leg, and you have 3 chances to hit that 15 dart leg, and you will win it. And I think it was the last start of 15 dart leg, the winning one. I think it was.
I think it might have been, yeah.
So my own thoughts were right, and I'm happy I did it.
You've beaten a whole list of names. A great performance against Ryan Searle. Jose de Souza, you played brilliantly. Gary Anderson was playing darts from the gods today, and he's managed to come to an end in the semi-finals. When did you start thinking that today could be my day?
I think only in the final, because it's always hard to play a Pro Tour final. I did it against Luke, and I felt a bit nervy back then. I felt a bit nervy now, but I knew I could win it when I was in the final. Yeah.
You must be so happy and proud with how you've played, not just today, but this year in all the tournaments. The numbers you've been posting, the wins you've been getting, the opponents you've been beating. Did you expect it to be this good in your first year on the full tour?
No, not at all. But in the start of the year, I was hitting like 100 averages, but I felt like I was a bit unlucky, losing those games, missing some match starts and a bit struggling. And then I started to bring it up and hitting those match starts. Then I played the final against Luke. I was getting better and better. I played 2 Sundays on the Euro Tour. Was getting better. So I felt like it was coming, So I thought, be patient and it will come.
Look, obviously, you're 24 right now, aren't you? You've had a couple of years out of the game with the suspension you served as well. To rebuild your career with the Dev Tour last year and now playing on the senior circuit, I can't imagine that has been easy. How have you found these first few months as a senior PDC pro?
It's probably the best months of my darting career. That's definitely true. When I was playing the development tour last year, I wasn't expecting to get a tour card and all. But I'm traveling with Niels, and I'm very happy with the way Niels has been helping me. And yeah, we do everything together, and which is helping me a lot. Yeah.
Am I right in thinking he's your next door neighbour, or was your next door?
He was my next door neighbour, but then he got a girlfriend on the other side of the country.
Okay, so he's forgotten about you for a bit.
Yeah.
Apart from with darts. Look, you've won this now. You've got a title. What's next? You've said kind of surprised with how well this year has gone, but surely with the way you're playing, even bigger prizes could await.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But my goal was to get in the top 64 after 2 years. I'll probably get into it after 1 year, so I'm very happy with that. And I wanted to play the Worlds. I want to play big tournaments. I want to play Euro Tour events, and just play as much as possible.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Wessel Nijman, a first-time winner on the Senior PDC Tour. You'll be back tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Looking to make it too. Gary Anderson's hit a 9-darter today. He was averaging 110 for the day until he ran into this, man. We've seen some spectacular darts, and we're only just getting started because we've got 2 more days of Pro Tour action this week, building up to the World Grand Prix. See you tomorrow. Well done, Wessel.